of the fullbacks. We've not seen too much of that style today, so a different aspect to the Congolese play. Thomas Zosso kept things fairly tidy in the centre, but he's yet to really threaten at the other end. He had a couple of efforts from long range against the Ghanaians, both of which flew just over. We're back underway. A really big half for both these sides, especially with tricky final games in the group for them. The Congolese play Morocco here in Rabat on Friday, which is the same day as Guinea take on Ghana, but that match will be played in Tangier, both games kicking off at the same time, of course, to ensure fairness, so requiring the fact that they must be played in different venues. So Guinea will travel to Tangiers in the coming days. But will they go there with the possibility of staying alive in this tournament? Don't forget that if one of Morocco or Ghana win tonight, then we will have our first semi-finalists of the tournament. Because should there be a winner, one of them will be up to 6 points, and that would be enough to take them through. Does Congo go long? Flick on like that in the first half, bar that led to the only goal of the game for Guinea. They've just been crowded out a little bit in the midfield. Lapasila for Congo. Kokolo being rather quiet today. Reich Kokolo. Good firm header at the back. And they're going to need to communicate again. This is echoes and shades of the only goal against them that they conceded, and there's just some poor communication going on at the back between Bangali Cisse and Mohamed Souma. And they really need to tidy that up, because just for a moment there it looks as though they were going to dawdle and possibly present the Congolese with another sighter goal. Maju Keita now. Back into Souma. The Congo coach, Ndonga, said that he had worked on the side's mental aspect. That was following the under-20s earlier this year, where they just missed out, as said. Saying that they had learned from the failure. Was it the mental aspect that got them back in the game in the first half? A little bit of hesitation at the back again from Maju Keita. Could Basila have gambled and snuck in? Maju Keita, a man, the left back for Guinea, has been linked with Roma despite never having made a first-team appearance for his club Auxerre. As Kokolo, who I was just saying had made too much of an impact, is off. And on comes a man wearing Julio Bandesi on his shirts, but really we know him as Julio Nganziami. Plays for Toho in Congo, who won the title there last year. And he was dropped for this game. Nganziami, as Basila comes in. Good bit of defending at the back from Keita, Maju Keita. Basila, so direct. One idea offered in mind, and that is just to get in the box and get a shot on goal. Love Basila, 22 years of age, plays for AC Leopard in Congo. One of a handful of players who played the African Nations Championship earlier this year in January, where Congo exited in the group stages. control it, but he's turned away nicely in the midfield there. Bisilla. Can they get in past Usman Camara? Good defensive play from him. Keita Mori up towards the halfway line, but Guinea can't hold on to it. Tomozotto spreading the play, but that'll be cut out surely. It is by Suma. Little tug on the shoulder, on the shirts was there. Nothing given. Perhaps the advantage played. This under-23 Africa Cup of Nations match, well, that was a nice drop of the shoulder. I thought he was fouled, I must be honest. Mbemba on camera, but nothing wrong in the eyes of the Ivorian official. It'll be good to see that again, because I think Guinea were denied a free kick there. Usman Camara, perhaps labelling at the point, the Auxerre man. 16 goals for Auxerre's reserves last season for Usman Camara. And surely he got clipped here, he went that way. Wasn't the tidiest bit of defending you've ever seen. Well, for my money, clearly bringing down Usman Camara, but that doesn't matter. My view, all that of Morlaye Cissé. It's the referees that counts, of course. Mbemba with the throw. Congo looking to take a lead at this tournament for the first time. Long they go. Suma with the header, but not fully cleared. Striker goal. Strike over. Gatse it was. The longer it was. Glory in his eyes as it came to him. Cutting across the ball, but slashing at it instead of doing what he meant to do. And here's a possible... Congo threatening, constantly threatening. Lulendo that was, forcing a really desperate last gasp clearance from Ulare. And just for a moment, Yosna Lulendo was in behind. Was that a cross? I think it was. He could have had a chance at goal. Lulendo, the 19-year-old with the AS Étoile du Congo. Those who played at the under-20 AFCONs earlier this year. Lulendo played all 4 games, scoring once. Can he get a goal in this game? Tomozotto, corner headed away. Back into the mix, also headed away. It's going to be a little bit of space. Could he find him this time around? He hasn't. Crowded out by Guinea. Nagibu, they got a little bit lucky there, but there could be a break on here. Camara, that's a lovely ball over to the right-hand side. A bit of space for Suma. Can he find Buck coming into the far post? He can't, and it doesn't matter that he can't, because not for the first time, some calamitous defending at the back has presented opponents with a goal. You've got a feel for Ndeket there. The ball in from Suma was really good, right into the danger. That corridor of uncertainty between goalkeeper and the last line of defence. Congo, despite all their bright endeavour, are behind. And Guinea, without having done much, are back in front. And Jacques Ndeket, 19 years of age, well, he won't want to see this again. Clearly you could see what was happening in the minds of Suma as he tried to find Ba. And it wasn't just one touch with his feet for Ndeket, the AS Toho man. It was 2. One to control, if you like, and one to finish, but he certainly didn't mean to be hitting that with his right leg as it came in. Really, really messy, really, really untidy. Guinea have been given a gift. harsh on Congo. It really forced much of the play in the last 20-30 minutes or so. And as the team talk from Ndonga got out the window, and will Guinea suddenly start believing again? Because certainly a little bit of belief went out of them as that second half, or first half, came to a close. Shots of some CAF dignitaries in there. Suleiman Waberi, the Djibouti FA president and Confederation of African Football Executive Committee member, watching in the man's central of your screen. Camera clipped, and Guinea will have a free kick as Jana Mbemba argues his case, the Diable Noir man. Played for his club in the Confederation Cup last season. About a third of their games as Diable Noir reached the group stage. All hugs and smiles now, good to see. In long, and out wide towards Suba, whose dangerous ball in gave Guinea restored their lead just a couple of minutes ago. But that's loose, and this could be a chance for Congo, but that's a good challenge by Bangali Cisse. Zuma again over on the far side. Camera on the near side in a little bit of space. And for once they do have a bit of space in the midfield, Guinea. But they didn't use it, and Congo could come away. That's a good tackle in there from Guinea. Real good scrapping there from Seydouba Cisse. Now Agibu. Zuma. Into Cisse. Really scrapping here. Guinea having to work really hard to hold on to the ball. Good pressing from the Congolese. We've got it all to do once again, staring a second straight defeat in the face, and a defeat that would knock them out of the tournament just 2 games in. They need to score. Tomazotto, the skipper, playing it in. Suma, difficult bounce for him, but he handled it well enough, and Olare can surely knock it clear, but he doesn't because he's closed down superbly well by Ngatse. They'll just have to settle for a throw in at the back. Guinea. That's pretty loose from Agibu. Camera. The man who, I said, with Olympiacos, but he spent the early part of this year on loan to Atromitos, also in the Super League, making 12 appearances for them. Agibu Camara has got a Europa League, Champions League experience and a 2022 Greek title during his time with Olympiacos. And he scored the opening goal of the game. Guinea coach Morlaye Cisse, a former international just like his opposite number, looks on anxiously. Cisse, part of the Guinea side at the 2006 Nations Cup, a time when they reached 3 Nations Cups in a row, 2004, 2006, 2008, with legendary players, the likes of Pascal Fendino, such a joy to watch. Full of tricks. Bobo Balde, quite the opposite at the other end. Hard man, former Celtic, Glasgow Celtic defender, full of muscles. Kaba Diawara, who now leads the main Guinean side. Now that's an excellent ball, and that's a good chance. And it's a brave header, flinging himself at that was Lulendu. He just couldn't keep it down, Lulendu, but he attacked it with real verve. that's the sort of hunger Congo are going to need to show to get their way back in, as we see Cissé again. There's a bit of space appearing in the centre of that midfield, which Fofana, the Guinean skipper, will certainly appreciate. And have a bit of time to usher forward the likes of Seydou Cissé and Guinea Camara. Basila, it's a tricky ball to play, and he didn't get it quite right. The weight on the pass had to be perfect. Snapping again from Guinea. Very tight in that midfield area at the moment. Zotto into Osebi. Well, that's loose from Osebi, and this will invite Guinea forward. Usman Camara charging down the middle is Bar. And Bar, has he won the corner? He has. Good pace when he goes through, but real desire. Was he trying the shot here? Was he trying to cross? I think he was trying to play it back in, wasn't he? To Igibu. Well cut out by Ndekid, covering from his horror own goal. The familiar sound of trumpets, the background to this Nations Cup clash. Usman Camara give Guinea's fans more reasons to make music and sing. A striker goal, nice strike as well. Tried really hard to keep that low. Seydou Cissé would have been stunning strike had it got in, and he didn't do too badly. Leaning back, falling to the ground. That's lovely. Basila's race is run. He's been one of the more impressive Congolese today, but he's off. And on comes a man who started the first game, Xasao Zaou, but didn't have the impact he wanted. So he was taken off after 80 minutes and dropped for today's game. Zaou played every game in the quarter-final run of this year's Under-20 Nations Cup for the Congolese, and also played at the African Nations Championship, or CHAN, in Jan. So this is third competition of the year, and we're not even in the second half of 2023, so bags of experience being gained by some of these Congolese players. With Zaou, the 20-year-old with Diable Noir, another. You know some of his colleagues very well. Coming on to see what impact he can make. Plays on the flanks. He failed to trouble the Ghanaians the other day. Igibu. Always looked hungry for the ball since he came on and towards the end of the first half of the injured Momo Cissé. And it's there that Congo have surely got to be a bit more careful with the ball. Ganziami a little bit wasteful, but Congo still coming forward. This is better, this is brighter. Can he get a shot away? He can't. He's got no one to aim at. He can, in the end. Well, you could fully see what he was trying to do. And Zaou just come on. He was crowded out. 2-3 men away around him, tried to find a way through the gap between the two players, but he just got under it a little. As we creep towards the fourth and final quarter of the game, Guinea in the box seat. After that goal from Shaku Deket. It's called him Deket Bawamba. Sprawling to the floor after Ziami's challenge on him. Dropping the shoulder, but down he goes. Another free kick to Guinea, and another apology, but he's getting a little bit sick and tired of the apologies if he's constantly being brought down, and Bemba it was. With a foul, and Usman Cameron is in a little bit of discomfort here. Caught on the left shin, as you can see. You'd think he should be okay to continue. Can't do that for 90 minutes, surely. Probably can, you know. Free thinking for Guinea. Dangerous position at Gubu. Already scored one today. Can he now make one? And possibly give Guinea a 2-goal cushion. Swung in. And the second attempt for Basila, and surely he just elbowed that player, Suma, at the side of his head. Well, this is going to be worth another look. The Ivorian referee, Clement Franklin, ushering away the players. Strange play from Basila there, inviting trouble. Now there's the argument about whether he elbowed him. Suma, the centre-back, the man he caught, here we go. And then he just charges into him with his elbow, and Basila could be in serious trouble here. You cannot go around elbowing players in the head or the side of the neck. That's a dangerous place to do it, not that I'm recommending that you elbow anybody. And I wonder what will happen if this goes to VAR. Basila walking a tightrope. It's a really unwise thing to do. And it doesn't even seem as if he's going to get a yellow card here. Well, surely there must be discussion going on with the VAR officials. Surely. Are they still talking in his ear? Well, it seems they are, and it seems they're happy. I think Basila has surely got away with one there. Really ill-advised bit of play from the Congolese stopper. Especially since he got booked in the first game against Ghana. Well, the treatment for Suma goes on. Basila got booked in the first game. If you missed the match, it was an extraordinary moment against Ghana. Ghana won a penalty. AFCONU23 took it. Basila saved it. It was adjudged to have stepped off his line, so the penalty was retaken. AFCONU23 took it again. He saved that as well, Basila. Also adjudged to have stepped off his line, for which he received his booking. And then at that point, Ghana's AFCONU23 was taken off penalty duties. The ball handed to his colleague Yeboah. And Yeboah duly slotted as Ghana cruised to a 3-goal advantage, only to be pegged back late on. Are we now finally going to the VAR monitor? We are. Well, this is a delay that I cannot explain, especially since the game had restarted. But finally, belatedly, Clement Franklin of Ivory Coast is going to the monitor, and there's surely going to be some punishment for Gelo Basila here. Eyes on the man, ball, elbow into the side of the head. I have to say, for the life of me, this is serious foul play, and he surely should be off the field. That's the decision of the referee, but at least it's gone to VAR. That is as dangerous play as you can almost get on a football field. Near the temple area, you do not want to be hitting anybody with the side of an elbow in that area. It is clearly dangerous. But he's taking his time. It's either going to be a yellow card and he's out of the next game, Basila. I'm sure he's out of the next game, Basila, whatever happens. The only question is it yellow or is it red? In my mind, let's have a look. It's a penalty as well. And it is a red card as well. Well, I had said I thought he got away with one because I really thought he had to, but Basila can have absolutely no complaints. There is no place for that on a football field. It really isn't, and he can't really have any excuses. He cannot defend himself. He was looking at the player as he led with his elbow. He hit the player on the side of the head with the elbow in a really dangerous place. He just can't do that. And he can have absolutely no complaints. And obviously we have to hope that Suma is okay. Concussion, very serious in the game. Not always dealt with in the correct way. But it's now up to the medical staff of Guinea to make sure he's all right. There you can see in the side of the neck. He's lucky that it didn't hit him higher up. As said, near the temple. Either way, it's not a good place to be here. And Gelo Basila's Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations is surely over. And Guinea, crucially, have a chance to take a 3-1 lead. And a 2-goal cushion that surely should be enough in the late stage of this game to take them to their first ever victory at the Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations. Debutants, of course, just like the Congolese. There's going to be an instant job to do for the goalkeeper who comes on. Will it be Simon Samba? Or will it be Yannick Makosso? That's, of course, a decision for Cyril Ndonga to make. But Congo being undone. There it is. Simon Samba is the man who will come on after a moment of madness from Basila in the goal. Lelendu is also off. And Simon Samba, who plays for Interclub de Brazzaville in Congo, is off. Bitsuka comes on, and Osebi, just as he was in the first game, is subbed. And Bitsuka needs to add some firepower, the likes of which we did not see from him on Sunday night against Ghana. The only question is he going to have to do it with his side a goal down or 2 goals down? With a chance to score his second goal of the tournament. And one which would surely leave 10-man Congo-Brazzaville with a mountain to climb. They've been let down at the back by defensive calamity and at times stupidity, you could say, with the Basila incident. Very unlucky. And Deckard with the own goal. You can feel for him, but it's hard to have sympathy for the Congo keeper. But with the opportunity to give Guinea a 3-1 lead, and he doesn't take it, and Samba's first touch is to save the penalty. Congo are still in the game, and they can instantly break and go up the other end. What an introduction for Simon Samba. And Ba, wasteful for Guinea. Well, how costly might that spot kick miss prove to be for Guinea? What an introduction for the man in blue. And not for the first time today. Augustin Ba holding his head in his hands. He thought a first half free kick was going in. More changes this time for Guinea. Fode Camara, who was surprisingly dropped in my mind for this game, is on. And the other player coming on is Sekou Bangura. And Gibu, who opened the scoring. He's not very happy, seemingly, about coming off, but off he goes. Sekou Bangura, who plays his club football in Turkey with Istanbul Başakşehir, is on. And Usman Kamara, the other man to come off. Well, what sort of a lift are Congo going to get from that penalty save? They've got to find a goal to stay in this tournament and not suffer the earliest of exits. As we see the miss from Ba again. The pausing there to see if Samba was still on his line, I'm sure, especially after Basila was penalised twice for that, as said the other day. But you could clearly see a foot of Samba on the line. Definitely not the best penalty from Ba. Congo, excuse me, somehow still fighting, still with a chance. They staged a late show against Ghana the other day, 2 goals in stoppage time. Should they do that today, they might find themselves walking away with a very unlikely 3 points. Well, another drinks break coming up, and we saw what impact this had in the first half when Guinea just stopped doing what they've been doing in the previous 25-30 minutes, and Congo really came into the game. What will happen at this time around? Animated discussions happening all over the pitch. Guinea, no doubt, concerned, but the chance has gone begging. Congo, well, they put on Binsuka. They've taken off Lulendu. You wonder if they'll throw more forwards at it, but it's been Sucre and Gatse up top. And the likes of Nzau need to get more into the game, because there's a limit to the creativity coming from Congo and the goal-scoring threat. They really haven't fashioned too much today in terms of clear-cut chances, especially when you consider that Ngatse's goal was the result of Guinea an error at the back rather than fine approach work from Congo. Mathieu Keita with the free kick. Heading long, looking out for Suma. Anywhere will do time from Ulari, but he's got a bit early with that. First touch for Fode Camara. 21, he turned last week. Camera plays for Haroya, serial Guinean champions. So, back underway, the referee again letting the game flow. Forward they go, looking up for Ngatse, and Ngatse can't get a foot on it. Rory Keita will go down and waste some time as well. He played 83 minutes the other day, Fode Camara. He also was in Guinea's Nations Cup squad last year, even if unused. He's on the ball again there, the tall number 6 now in the Guinean midfield, imposing presence in there, certainly visible. Can they break? Seydou Cissé. Well, you can see what he's trying to do, but it just clipped bar, and there'll be a throw in to Congo. 10-man Congo after their goalkeeper Basila was sent off, in case you joined us late. Morley Cissé kicking every ball on the touchline. The Guinea coach. He says lessons were learned against Morocco, even if done the hard way. His side have had chances to put this game to bed, but they're still going, and they're still looking for a third that surely will do it. Fode Camara. Bangura. Seydou Cissé somehow tickling that through. Fofana. Into Camara, a little bit of keep ball this from Guinea. Much better, using the extra man advantage. Just to get their foot on the ball and knock it around, but that's given away cheaply, but they've got it back in the middle. Camara again. Seydou Cissé seems to have moved out of the central midfield area now to the left-hand side, following the arrival of Fode Camara. Guinea, if they use it wisely, they can just make Congo run and run here. Perfect way, possibly, for them to end the final 10 minutes of the game, to get this job done and over the line. You can see that he was trying to earn a possible yellow card there. Nzaba for Ba. Nzaba, who left Congo for also Istanbul Başakşehir last June, before heading off to Dinamo Tbilisi in Georgia earlier this year for a year-long loan. The only Congolese, I said, to play outside Congo. Fairly calm figure at the back. He would have not been impressed by the own goal that is currently proving the difference between these sides. Camera into Seydou Cissé. Now that's a nice little touch, and there's space now. They've got 4 on 2 here if they can use it well. Souma for Guinea to wrap up the points, and wrap up the points he does. Super finish from Souma to give Guinea a 3-1 lead, and surely all 3 points as well. Opened up his body onto his left foot and curled it into the top corner for his first goal of the tournament. And that was absolutely stunning finish from Souma. And surely now the points are in the bag for Guinea, and they are going to win a match in the Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations for the first time in history. And if they're going to do so, that's the sort of goal fitting to clinch any game. The break was on, it was about whether he could find the pass, he did. And then look at this, opening up the body, curling it in, beating Samba. He couldn't be beaten for the penalty spot, but he could when it was all opened up there. Very little help he had, and that's a lovely, lovely finish. And that'll be a nice angle for it. Just had to beat the keeper to find the back of the net, Salifou Souma. And he certainly did. And 10-man Congo are surely beaten. And the celebrations are not just happening in Rabat, but in Guinea too, the capital, Conakry, where I know the fans are following this tournament very closely. I was talking to a Congolese journalist there earlier in the week who said, Guinean journalist earlier in the week who was saying how cross the fans were about the nature of their opening day defeat to Morocco. But they will be buoyed by this one. And it sets up Guinea for what's going to be a really, really enticing tie against Ghana's Black Meteors on Friday night. And we've seen some very nice goals, well, the 2 goals that they've actually scored rather than the own goal delivered by Congo for the Guineans. Really stunning. Igibu's first, and then Suma's third. Suma plays his football in France with Le Havre. Excellent youth academy there in Le Havre. The likes of Paul Pogba, Riyad Mahrez, Edouard Mendy of Senegal came through. Pogba of France, of course. Mahrez of Algeria. What can Congo do late on? Nzawu tries to keep it in on the far side, manages to do so. Malonga on it, he plays it back into the winger. Nzawu knocks it into the middle, but cut out. Time absolutely running out for the Congolese, and they're just minutes away from effectively going home, but they do have a final game to play against none other than the hosts. They'll be playing for pride at this rate, unless something extraordinary can happen in the final few minutes and whatever is added on for stoppage time. Morley Cisse has been patrolling that area all game. I mean, that's not the best throw. But it wasn't blown up as a foul throw from Mbemba. Debatable that it should have been. And Ndonga, he's not having a tournament to remember. A man who won his caps for his country in the early 1990s. Played a bit of lower tier football in Germany, Ndonga. First worked with Guinean youth sides, sorry, not Guinean youth sides, Congolese youth sides back in 2016, but it's been a hard tournament for his side, and they made life difficult for themselves in this second half. There's good midfield play there. And Congo can come forward now, they're still battling. And Gunziami set this all up now. Can Mbemba deliver the cross? No, because Seydou Cisse, full of running, first in the central midfield area, now on the left flank. Did very, very well to deny him. Suma coming on for Guinea, Mohamed Suma. And Ba, well, he couldn't find the back of the net today. He still looks so cross with himself, doesn't he? Al-Qassim Ba. But this is a defensive-minded change. Ba missed the penalty. Couldn't add to his free kick against the Moroccans. And he may be frustrated, but he should be focusing on the fact that his side are just moments away from clinching a first ever victory at this tournament in what is their debut appearance at these championships. Mbemba looking to lift Congo in these dying stages. He's managed to win a corner before the camera having to concede. And Jeanard Mbemba can try again. And he was steaming in at the near post, but they couldn't get on the end of that. Guinea survive. We're in the 90th minute. She should surely be looking a little bit happier. Or is there real tension? I would have thought 2 goals to the good, a man to the good. Guinea is surely home and hosed, but let's see. We need to see how many minutes of additional time there will be. A little bit of hold up for the VAR check. All the substitutions, of course. The dancing has begun in earnest, but it will surely only intensify once the referee blows his whistle. Souma, who scored that lovely third. Seydou Cissé really has been heavily involved today. Seydou Cissé, the Lahanes man, shows the experience that comes with his senior caps. And a man with under-17 World Cup experience too, after Guinea finished third at the 2017 Nations Cup. Guinea then reached the final of the 2019 Nations Cup, but the result was scratched after they were beaten by Cameroon after two of their players' passports were found to have different ages to previous ones, which meant they didn't go to the World Cup that year. So Seydou Cissé in a fairly rare company in terms of having been at an under-17 World Cup. That's nice play down the flanks. Can they get men in the middle here? Ibrahim Fofana, the central midfielder, trying to do a little bit of wing play. Tried to do his tricks, but got crowded out. Bitsuka now, round the corner. They really need something, Congo, and he needed to stay on his feet there and drive forward. It's going to be a booking for Camera, I think. Well, he could argue it's his first challenge, but nonetheless, for the Camera, another Guinean to go in the books. The yellow cards get wiped after the group phase. Obviously, any players who do pick up 2 yellow cards in the group phase will miss the next game, whether that's in the groups or in the knockouts. And Bemba again. Can't beat the wall. Congo will just launch this high and back in. Ulare, that's not the best, but he's done enough there. Touched it back to the goalkeeper. Mori Keita, as said, he had his head in his hands at full time the other night. 8 minutes of stoppage time. Well, that's not going to be anything new to Guinea, who made it into, what, 10, 11 minutes of stoppage time the other night against the Moroccans. Foul there. I don't think you can have too many complaints from Ganziami with that late challenge. He also goes into the book, and Ganziami, and the reason that he is complaining is because he, by my reckoning, will miss the next game. Let's have a look. But it was late. It didn't need to be made. And it was an area of the pitch. It just wasn't a challenge that needed to be made. Well, the team sheet I have for the game suggests that he will miss the next game, but we'll wait confirmation of that. Julio Nganziami, 18 years age. Silly tackle late on to make, especially with this game seemingly done. Congo need goals, and they've got precious little time to do it. That's nice. Fofana full of running still at the end of the game, where he's been also tireless like Seydou Cissé. That's a lovely ball through to Souma. Souma strikes, Samba saves. Oh, well, they cut Congo-Brazzaville apart there, although the flag is up on the far side, so it wouldn't have counted, but it was really nice idea. Good movement. Good vision. That was deep enough strike, but too close to Samba. He's been involved since he's been on the pitch. In the short 20 minutes or so. There's a player down, and the referee is now going to stop the game. Gatse, I think that is. Well, he looks groggy. There might be a little bit more of time added on at the end for this, but it's surely all academic now. Well, he looks distraught twice over at Gatse. A little bump. No, we need a little bump first of all, and then fancy a stud. Oh, look, right on his right boot. That will be one of those that hurt in the morning. And in about 4 or 5 hours from now, the adrenaline should get him through for the remaining minutes, but it looks as though he got a stud right on the metatarsal area of his foot. But Gatse has put himself in the frame, brought himself to the attention of the watching scouts. We have 2 goals in his 2 games so far. Excellent shot window for these Congo-Brazzaville players, especially with so few of them playing outside of the country. Pretty simple decision there for the referee to make. Driving run forward, Suma. Space on the right-hand side. Back into Suma. Another Suma, Michael Suma this is now. Still they come forward, shot a goal, straight at Samba. Bangura was the substitute, and Samba wastes no time in trying to find the 2 goals that will keep Congo in it, but it really is looking very, very unlikely. You can take your time, Suma. 8 minutes are almost up. Dejected faces on the Congo bench. Mole Cisse, he'll surely be exhausted tonight. He's not let it rest. The man who was appointed to lead this side as the final whistle goes, and Guinea have registered a crucial win. This was a must-win encounter for both these sides. But it's Congo who bleed, and it's Guinea who have taken the points. And they now join, well, leaders Ghana and Morocco at the top of Group A, and courtesy of the fact that they've got a 2-goal difference, +2 goal difference. Well, I say that +2 -1 is actually +1, which means that they have all got a +1 goal difference at the top of the table. Guinea, with 4 goals, will be topping Group A for now. Morocco, Ghana kicking off in just under an hour. But I make it that Guinea will be topping the table for now. Ahead of Ghana, who were ahead of Morocco on goals scored as well, because they've all got +1 goal difference. And Congo are out. They cannot make it through. Matches, or sort of the way in which teams are separated here, is done on head-to-head, as we've seen so often in African football in recent years. You can understand the delight on their faces. They've done what they had to do. But Congo have now just a free hit against Morocco on Friday in their final game prior to going home. So it'll be interesting to see how they play, what they can do with it, whether the changes will be run. Mixed fortunes they've had. But Guinea are very much alive in Group A and dreaming of a place in the semi-finals. And victory over Ghana on Friday night will certainly do that. As you see the statistics, 5 shots on target for Guinea against Congo's 2. And that red card at the bottom for Basila for his elbow of Suma. And there we go, confirmation that Guinea are top of the table. You can see how tight it is when you look on the right-hand side of the goals for and the goals against. +1 for the top 3, but it's all about who's got the most goals. It has ended in the Moroccan capital, Rabat. Congo 1, Guinea 3. And the fans are now beginning to creep into the stadium ahead of watching the hosts against Ghana in an hour. But Guinea are very much alive.
Quartz EV Fluid, our latest innovation to ensure optimal temperature for your battery. Quartz by TotalEnergies, 70 years of innovation in lubricants for all types of engines.
Merci pour le trophée, je suis vraiment content et ce trophée va droit à toute l'équipe parce qu'on a joué comme une équipe et je suis vraiment content et la victoire aussi, vraiment je suis vraiment content et l'équipe a bien donné et on va se préparer pour le match prochain, Inch'Allah. Merci. Merci.
So the highlights from this Group A encounter between Congo, Brazzaville and Guinea. really lively encounter in the end, full of incident. This the only goal of the game, and what an opening goal it was. Agibu Kamara with a stunning finish, just 10 minutes on the clock. And that's how to do it. Congo hit back. Yannon Gatsi competent from defensive end. Congo a step back into the game when they hadn't really impressed. 1-1 it was at half-time. And then into the second half, Malonga just swiping, slashing at the left foot, never got hold of it. Congo threatening again. And here is the second Guinea goal into the middle from Salifu Suma. And a decade when he stopped it with his left foot and he put it in with his right. He really didn't mean to do any of that, got it all wrong with his feet. And he gifted Guinea the lead once again. And they hadn't looked too good at that point, Guinea. They've been struggling with a bit of confidence. Chances again, this was Nzau, the substitute, trying to find the top right-hand corner with little room to work with. Did well enough in the circumstances to actually dig it out. And then Salifu Suma wrapping up the points for Guinea. Played in, opened himself up, super left-footed finish to beat Simon Samba, who had earlier saved a penalty from Guinea's Agassim Ba. The final whistle went, and Guinea's first 3 points of the group put them in contention and mean that they will be right in it when the group concludes on Friday.
Pour le Maroc, les deux équipes ont gagné leur premier match. Donc elles ont vraiment un fighting game.
ان شاء الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الدراري راهم جاهزين الاولاد وخدمنا مزيان، ما كانش عندنا الوقت بزاف، ولكن البارح في التمرين كنا مزيانين. جيسبر فريمون كو اون كومونس بيان لو ماتش ان شاء الله et on le finit aussi bien.
D'accord. Le fait de gagner le premier match, bien sûr, ça donne un peu de confiance pour les joueurs, encore plus de motivation pour entamer le deuxième match en compétition.
Oui, bien sûr, c'était très important le premier match de prendre ces 3 points et ça nous donne cette confiance, comme vous avez dit, pour entamer le deuxième match, Inch'Allah, le remporter aussi. Merci, barakallah fik. Merci.
Mas I'm seeing you cap now.